Welcome to Emertxe Information Technology Project Submission Report. Project title is Microprocessor Solution. Presented by my name is Sai Suresh from Electrical Engineering, SKM Srinagar College of Engineering 40 Interview. Fourth year detail. Contents will first of all discuss the basic C which covers the basic C. The topics are first of all variable, data type, operators, loops, array, pointers, function, and storage classes. Next content is project. For an introduction to embedded system, introduction to project requirements, microcontroller and microprocessor, overview of P60A8778, CLCD display, matrix keypad, ISR, timer, and project implementation team. The first of all, introduction to C. The introduction to C language by written. The Danish Riche has developed an MPLAB in USA 1972. The C language is a high-level language. The general purpose of structural programming language. C is powerful and flexible language. C is portable language. C is very efficient and fast language. And C is more simple to easy understand. And C's ability to extend itself. And last one is C is case sensitive language. The C language is first of all a language written by 1972 by Danish language. First, variable points are constant and variables. What is the constant of this? The constant is data item whose cannot be changed during the program's execution. Just as its name simply implies, what is C? The constant whose value cannot be modified once they are declared in the C programming. The constant can be integer, constant floating pointers, constant string, constant character constant. In C language, the const keyword is used to define constant. So examples for constant in syntax, the const data underscore type var underscore name is equal to point is variable C. The variable C, the data item whose value can change during program. Six caution programs executions. This as name implies the value can vary. Next point is variable C. The variable C is data item whose value cannot change during programs execution. Thus, item name implies this value can vary. The variable C, the name of associated by memory location, stores the different types of data, and there are many types of variable C depending on scope, storage, class, lifetime type of the data they are stored, etc. A variable is a basic building block of a programming that can be used to expression. For example, CHAR, char extra1 is float variables. The example for float triple next variables. The variable called char constant type rules the construct the variable names of the variables to the maximum length of variable is 31 alphabets, digits, underscore. Some compilers support the length up to 247 characters. The first character variable must be alphabets or underscore the name of special symbols other than underscore allow the int variable. For examples, class stud underscore name comma percentage. First one is the C programming language that associated with data types specifies the types of data that they can store, like integer, character, floating, double, etc. Each data type requires different amounts of memory as some specific operation which can be performed over the data type. These collection of data values having pixel matrix meaning as well as the characters. The data type C can be classified. The data type specific type of data variable can define as set value. That variable can store an operation that can be performed in the value C provides several belief in data type each its own characters. First data types in primary data is meaning for primitive data types are most basic data types that are used for representing simple values such as integer, characters, floating point, double floating point, and void. Second one is derived. The data types are derived from primitive or built-in data types are referred as derived data types. There are functions, array, pointer, and reference. The third one and last one is user-defined. User-defined data types are defined by user himself. Class, structure, union, enum, and type div. Next is data type. The primary of fundamental of data types. There are five different data types are a C language, the given below. First one is the data type, keyword, size of bytes. First data type is integer. Keyword is int and size of bytes 2. Second one is a float. Keyword is float. The size of data bytes. Data type is double. Keyword is double. And size of data bytes 3. Data type is the fourth is characters. Keyword is char. and size of data bytes square. This is the characters is the 1 bytes on the size. The following chart below showing the data and unit and capacity for the bytes. First will be show the chart for 0 and 1 will be capacity for bit. Sorry, the bit. Second one is 8 bytes. Capacity for 1 byte. Third one is 1024 bytes. Capacity for 1 kilobyte KB. 124 kilobytes KB. Capacity for 1 megabyte MB. Next one is 1024 megabyte MB. This is 1 gigabyte GB. And last one is 124 gigabyte TB. This is the 1 terabyte TB. Next one is operators on C. The operator symbols that represented by operators to be performed. C provides a wide range of operators which can be classified into different categories based on their functionality. Operators are used for performing operation on variable operators. Its operators can be defined as symbols that help us to perform basic mathematical operation. Bitwise, conditional, or logical, computational, and operands. In other words, we can say an operator operates on operands. For example, positive means plus, and is an operator used for addition. That shows the types of operators and symbols give the following chart. First one is binary operators. Operators plus dash. Second one is arithmetic operators. The sign for binary operators in 5 types. First one is arithmetic operators, relation operators, logical, bitwise, and last one is assignment operators. This is the operators and types. What are the loops? The loops in C used to execute the block of code several times according to the conditional given in the loop. It means executes the same code multiple times. So it saves code and also helps to traverse and the elements of the array. There are basic 3 types of loops. First one is for loop, second one is while loop, and third one is do executes the block several times according to the conditions given in the loop. It means execute the same code multiple times. So it saves code and also helps the elements of in array. The first one is for loop. The for loop, the replication control structure that allows program to write a loop that will execute a specific number of times or enables programmers to perform a number of steps together in a single line. Second one is while loop. While loop does not depend upon the word loop. The number of iterations was previously known to work in the while loop. The execution is terminated on the basis of the test condition. If the test condition will become false, then it will break from the while loop. Else body will be executed. Test will reach. The do while loops is similar to while loop. Only difference lies in the do while loops test condition which tested at the end of the body. In the do while loop, the loop body will execute and rest once irrespective of the test condition. Next one is arrays. Arrays in C. In a simple and fast way to read multiple values under a single name. In this article, we'll study the different aspects of array in a C language, such as array, declaration, definition, initialization, types of array, or syntax, advantage, and disadvantage. What is array in slang? Array is fixed collection of similar data items stored in continuous memory location. It can be used to store the collection of primitive data types, such as int, char, etc., and also derived from user-defined data types, such as pointers and strings, etc. This type is array declaration. The most important is array declaration. We have declared the array like any other variable. Before we can declare an array by specifying its name, the name of its element, and size of its dimensions. Declare an array in C. The compiler allocates the memory specific size array name. Number is array initialization. The initialization array, the process to assign some initial value to a variable. When the array is declared or allocated memory, the elements of the array contain some garbage values. So we need to initialize the array to some meaningful value. There are multiple ways to we can initialize an array in C. First is array in C. Array initialization with declaration. In this method, the initialization of array along with its declaration we use initialization list to initialize multiple elements of an array. And initializer list is the list of values enclosed within separated with a comma. And secondly, array initialization with declaration without size. If the initialization an array using the initializer list we can skip declaring the size of the array as the compiler or automatically deduce the size of the array. In this case, the size of array in this case is equal to number of elements present in the initializer list of the compiler can be automatically deduce the size of array. Third one is array initialization with declaration. Method the initialization with array along declare the initialization list to initialize multiple initializer list in the list of value enclosed within brass separated the comma. For example, data underscore type of array underscore name size is equal to value 1 value 2. It is the nth of values, numbers of values. Next one is important points in languages in pointers of the core components of the C programming language. The pointer can be used to store the memory address of other variables, functions, or even other pointers. The use of pointers allow low-level memory access, dynamic memory allocation, and many other functionality in C. The syntax of pointers is similar to variable declaration in C, but we use before operators in the pointer declaration will defined in star, data type, and pointer declaration. Use of pointers. The three types of pointer. First one pointer declaration. Second is pointer initialization, and third one is pointer declaration. The pointer declaration, we only declare the pointer, but do not initialize. To declare a pointer, we use difference operator before its name. For example, int pointer ptr. Pointer initialization. Pointer initialization, the process of where we assign some initial value to the pointer variable. We generally use the add address of operator to get memory address of the variable and then store in the pointer variable. For example, int var is equal to 10. Int pointer is equal to third one is differences. The differences in a pointer is process of accessing the value of store, the memory address specified in the pointer. We use the same differencing operator that we used in the pointer declaration. Next one is function. The function is set for statements that can when called perform some specific task. It is the basic building block of C program that provides modularity and code reusability. The programming statements of the functions are enclosed within brass, having certain meanings and performing certain operations. Function declaration. In a function declaration, we must provide function name, its a return type, and the number and types of its parameters. A function declaration tells the compile that there is a function with the name defined somewhere else in the program. For example, int sum bracket int a comma int b. Next one int sum bracket मध्ये int function definition. Meaning for the C function is generally is defined as declare a single step because the function definition always starts with the function declaration. So do not need to declare its extra. Next one is functions. Functions are statement instruct the compiler execute the function. We are the function names are parameters in the function form. Types of function is the mainly two functions, types of library function and user defined function. First one is the library function. The library function is also referred as to built-in the function. A compiler package already exists that contains these functions, each of the which has specific meaning and is included in the package built-in. Function have the advantage of being directly usable without being used. Being define the whereas user defined function must, for example, show in PPT. User-defined function, the defines the tailor-made user-defined function can be improved and modified according to the need of the programmers. Whenever we write functions that is specific and is not defined in the any header file, we need to declare and define our own functions according to the syntax. This means is last the C language, the points on storage classes. The C storage classes are used to describe features of variable function, the scope, visibility, and lifetime, which help to trace the existence of particular variables during the runtime of a program. The default storage class for all the variables declared inside a function or a block. Hence, the keyword atto is really used to writing of programs in C language. External storage class simplify tells us that a variable defined elsewhere and not within the same block where it is used basically the value of assigned to in the different blocks, and this can or change in the different blocks as well. Static. The storage class is used to declare static variables which are properly used while writing programs in C language. Static variables have the properties of preserving their value even after they are not their scope. Hence, a static variables preserve the value of their last use in their scope. Register. This is the storage class declares register variables that have the same functionality as the of the atto variables. The only difference is the compiler tries to store these variables in the register of the microprocessor. If the pre-recognition of hardware and software which are intended to the specific task can be called as embedded system. Factors that help Thus, to use of decide whether a system is an embedded system or not. Either is the combination of both hardware and software. If yes, then it is an embedded system. For example, TV, mobile, camera, automotive, electronics, laptop, routers, washing machine, microwave oven, refrigerator. Introduction to project. A microwave oven is kitchen appliance. An electric oven that heats and cooks food by exposing of electromagnetic radiation in the microwave frequency range. It is embedded system interface with external environment by means of several sensors and actuators. There are several modes in various microwave oven: micro mode, grill mode, conventional mode, and start mode. Project requirements. This is the project for microwave oven simulation are used in softwares are first is MPLAB X IDE, second MPLAB XC compiler, PICSIM LAB, PIC16F877A, 16 into 4 CLCD crystal display, and matrix keypad and timer. This is the are all requirements to the implement this project for microwave oven in embedded system. Next one is microcontroller and microprocessor. First one is a microcontroller. A microcontroller is compact integrated circuit designed to govern a specific operation in an embedded system. A typical microcontroller includes a processor memory and input-output peripherals on a signal chip. This is the block diagram of the microcontroller. This is CPU, read-only memory, read-write memory, serial interference, timer, and I/O ports. This is the block diagram on the microcontroller. All the supported devices like read-only memory, read-write memory, timer, serial interference, I/O ports. Internal, there are no need interfacing these support the device, and this saves a lot of time for the individual who creates the system. Next, microprocessor. Microprocessor is controlling unit of microcomputer fabricated on a small chip capable of performing arithmetic logical unit ALU operation and communication with other devices connected to it. A microprocessor consists of a ALU control unit and register array where arithmetic logical unit perform arithmetic and logical operation on the data received from an input device or memory. Control unit controls that instruction and follows of data within the computer, and register array consists of registers. Next one is microcontroller and microprocessor. This is the block diagram. First one is a microcontroller that has many supported devices like read-only memory, read-write memory, serial interface, timer, input, output ports, etc. All these support devices interfaced to microprocessor via system bus. So one point is clear now. All supported device is in a microprocessor based system are external. The system bus is composed of an address bus, data bus, and control bus. Controller. Microprocessor. Next one is microprocessor. A microprocessor controlling the micro it is a small chip capable of performing arithmetical logical unit operation communication with a device connected to it. First one is a block diagram show in the ALU. ALU means arithmetical logical unit. Next one is control. Next is registers array to the all process on microprocessor plus input to the microprocessor and output from the devices and memory unit is connected. Next is overview of PIC16F877 diagram of the PIC16F877A. This first one is a 40 pins are available in pin for the VCC is a 5 volt supply, VSS is a ground first, and the second one is a XTAL2 and XTAL1 are for the oscillator input port 0 to 32 to 39 and AD0 and AD7 and P 0.0 to P 0.7. Number pin is RXD. Then next is 11 number pin port number 3.5 CXD serial data output. Yes, port 3.2 is INT0 and INT1 external interrupt 1. Then T0 T1 timer external timer 0 and external timer 1. This is the pin number 3.4 and 3.5. Port is next one is a port number 3.6 or WR. WR is external memory write cycle active low. And RDM is external memory read cycle active low. XTL2 and XTL1 pin number 18 and 19 for these all oscillator inputs. And 20 number pins are grounded. And next one is important in address latch enable. This is the 30 number pin are programmable. Next is a character liquid crystal display CLCD in a PICSIM LAB. There are two types of display. First one is 16 into 2 display. Second one is a 16 into 4 display, and third one is a 16 into 4 characters display. It is a display ASCII characters and some special characters. It is the most commonly used in display. Two types of communication mode: 4-bit mode and second bit mode. Next one is a matrix keypad. These are the used in PICSIM LAB to the keys. First one is this keypad, which number of textile switches are connected in row and column concept. This is used to more number of user inputs and require and still want to save some control IO lines. And this is keypad most commonly used in telephones, calculators, and digital lockers, etc. Next is interrupts and interrupt service routine ISR. The interrupt is a signal emitted by hardware or software when a process or an event needs immediate attention. It alerts the processor to high priority process requiring interruption of the current working process in IO devices. One of the bus control lines is dedicated for this purpose and it is called the interrupt service routine ISR. In the hardware interrupt, all the devices are connected to the interrupt request line. A signal to the request and interrupt device closes its associated switch. When a device requests and interrupt the value of INTR enter in the logical or the request from individual software routine that hardware in works in response to an interrupt. ISR attend to the request of an interrupting source by clearing the interrupt flag and should save register contents that may be affected by the code in the ISR. It must get with the instruction read time. When an interrupt occurs, the MPU completes the instruction being executed, then the disable global interrupt enables places the address from the program counter on the stack written from the interrupt. Next one is timer. Timer it is an important application in any embedded system which default a peripheral which maintains the transition in sync with a system clock or an external clock. It has many applications such as measuring time or timer and counter. It is a software designed to count the time interval between the event's resolution, which is also called as register. Time is referred as a change from the one number to the another number. It may be up count and down count. Countdown, which depends on the system clock setting, is a measure of a time. Is responsible for the black scaling. May prescaler and postscaler may be 1.1 to 1.8, etc. Most of timers are counter PWM or pulse generated. Architecture of PICSIM LAB. This is the architecture of PIC16F877A. This is the RS232 LEDs, buzzer, digital keypad, SSDs, matrix keypad, CLCD, crystal LCD display, IDC, LM35 temperature sensor to sense the temperature, and 12C RTC EEPROM and GPIO. This is the architecture of the PICSIM lab. Next one is the PICSIM lab, the overview. The PICSIM lab is a test of the LCD, the overview. Demo on project. First one was this PICSIM lab to start the microwave oven. Next step is the first one is the micro grill connection starts. The show the option in PICSIM lab secure LCD display to the press the matrix keypad. In this show in the PICSIM board. The first one is step one is micro is the oven has been started to the shown in the display in timer and temperature. Timer is 154 and temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. The oven is the microwave oven and starting the fan. Next one in minimum 55 seconds. Time is 23 seconds. And press the hash key. Next step is the time is show plus resume was stop and pressed in 4 number is the resume or the timing is started. Times off. So between the oven it will be stopped for the cooking and in lab showing the started from first for the overview in front the macro grill connection and start to the stop is this program. Next is a reference for the Emertxe information technology. Thank you so much watching this video. Thank you so much.